obviously we might not be using a single value. We will be using an object, which is like a class object, right? So how do we go about creating the objects? There are two ways to go ahead and do it. Way number one is you can create a folder called models. And then we could be putting all the models inside it. Now let me create a file. We're going to call this product.model.ts. And inside it, let's create a class. We're going to have to export the class. Export class product model. Now we could just name it product, or we could call this product model. Now I'm going to go ahead and create the properties of this class, but then I'm going to use a simplified version. Now that's TypeScript that I'm using right there. So TypeScript allows us to write the declaration of the local variables right here. So I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to call public. I'm going to say product ID, or we could just call this ID. Say ID. And I'm going to provide the type, which is going to be number, and provide the initial value so that I don't have to pass every time I create an object for the product, right? So next we're going to give the name, which I'm going to say string, and then I'm going to provide the initial value, which is empty. Now we could go ahead and span across multiple lines. There'll be more clarity as to what variables we have. So obviously I need to make it as public. The next property is going to be public. And it's going to be number as well. We're going to provide it as 0. Again, public, and then quantity, number, and the initial value. There we go. So we have created a class. We could be creating object of this class inside of a product component. To do that, it's pretty easy. So we already know how to work with it. So we're going to say product is in lowercase. And we're going to say product model. That you can see the import happens on the top, right? So I'm going to initialize that inside my constructor. So this dot product is equal to new and say product. So I do not have to pass any parameter since I've provided the base value. Now I could be taking the value or displaying the value right here. Now to display the value, I could be going ahead to my HTML and then go ahead and write the code to display the value. Now we have provided all the details of the product. You remember last time we gave a style, so we're going to get rid of this border. Now instead we could be using Bootstrap for the same. To install Bootstrap, I'm going to go for the npm I and then say Bootstrap. You could go with a particular version, but I'm just going to say Bootstrap, which will pick up the latest version. I'm going to call --save so that it saves it into the local folder. Now that would install Bootstrap and it just puts it in the local folder for us. That's done there. Let's go ahead and check. So go to the node modules. We should be able to see Bootstrap right here, right? Okay. So we have to import it into the style so that we can have it in every component that we create. So we're going to import it. So add import tilt Bootstrap /distribution /CSS/bootstrap.css. That's going to be the import that we do. And if everything goes well, we should be able to see the styling right here. So let's go ahead and give the class. Already, let's go ahead and check. There we go. So you can see that we have the product and we also have our styling that's done. Now you could add a local style as well. So after this, the style is going to be product. That's the class that we created. You can see the sizing happening. So we have created the product and component, and we have done a binding the component, right?